This concept paper would serve as a starting point for those interested in the intersection of mathematics, spirituality, and religious texts, encouraging a deeper appreciation for the Quran's composition. Title: The Intersection of Mathematics and Islamic Spirituality, a study on perfect numbers and Quranic symmetry. Abstract: This concept paper elucidates the intricate relationship between the mathematical concept of perfect numbers and the numeric patterns within the Quran, focusing particularly on Surah Al-Baqarah. By examining not only the number of verses but also the numeric significance of the Muqatta'at, mysterious letters, and other surahs, this paper suggests a profound harmony and perfection in the Quranic text that aligns with mathematical principles. Introduction: The Quran, with its complex numeric patterns, has intrigued scholars for centuries. This paper explores how these patterns, when analyzed through mathematical lenses, might reflect an underlying divine design or perfection, particularly examining the connections between Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Qalam, and the Muqatta'at. Background: Perfect numbers. Numbers where the sum of their proper divisors equals the number itself, like 6 and 28. Quranic structure. The Quran consists of 114 surahs, with various numeric patterns within. Methodology: numeric analysis of Surah Al-Baqarah, 286 verses, and Surah Al-Qalam, 68 verses. Examination of the Muqatta'at, specifically those appearing 29 times across the Quran. Calculation of potential numeric connections and patterns. Discussion: Surah Al-Baqarah's numeric pattern, 286 verses = 2286, if we consider it as 2,286. = 2 plus 28 plus 6 equals 36 = 6x6, linking back to perfect numbers. Muqatta'at and numerology. The Muqatta'at appear 29 times in the Quran, and summing these digits, 2 plus 9 equals 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2, might suggest a numeric echo of 2 wahyu, 2 revelations, symbolizing perhaps the dual nature of revelation, Meccan and Medinan. Surah Al-Qalam's contribution, Surah 68, Al-Qalam, has 52 verses, but when considering its chapter number in this numeric pattern, 2268 when combined with 2286 from Surah Al-Baqarah, we see 2268 = 2286, which again sums to 36, further emphasizing the pattern of 6 and 28, the first two perfect numbers. Symbolic connection. These numeric alignments could be seen as reinforcing the idea of the Quran as a text of both spiritual and numeric perfection, echoing the mathematical concept of perfect numbers. Cultural and religious interpretation. While these interpretations are speculative and not part of conventional Islamic exegesis, they offer a lens for personal spiritual reflection on the Quran's design. Findings: The numeric patterns found by manipulating the verse counts of key surahs, combined with the count of the Muqatta'at, suggest a deep-seated symmetry that resonates with the concept of perfection in both mathematics and theology. This analysis underscores the potential for seeing the Quran as embodying a form of mathematical and spiritual perfection. Implication: This study could inspire more interdisciplinary research into the numeric and symbolic aspects of religious texts, providing new ways for believers to engage their sacred texts. Conclusion: The numeric patterns of the Quran, particularly those highlighted by the verse counts of Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Qalam, alongside the occurrences of the Muqatta'at, suggest a fascinating interplay between mathematics and spirituality. While traditional Islamic scholarship focuses on the textual meaning, these patterns invite contemplation on the Quran's structural perfection. Future research might delve deeper into similar patterns across other religious texts or further explore these concepts. References: Mathematical sources and perfect numbers. Islamic texts, including the Holy Quran, translations, and tafsir, exegesis. Literature on Islamic numerology or symbolism. This concept paper serves as an exploration into the numeric beauty of the Quran, suggesting an additional layer of appreciation for its composition. Title: The Divine Symmetry, exploring the intersection of mathematics and Quranic revelation. Preface: In this book, we embark on a journey through the numeric landscapes of the Quran, seeking to uncover how mathematical principles like perfect numbers might echo within its sacred verses. While traditional Islamic scholarship focuses on the exegetical and jurisprudential aspects of the Quran, this book explores an avenue less traveled, the intriguing symmetry and numeric patterns that some believers find reflective of divine perfection. Introduction: the quest for perfection. The concept of perfect numbers. A brief explanation of what perfect numbers are in mathematics, introducing 6 and 28 as examples. The Quranic text. An overview of the Quran's structure, its 114 chapters, and the significance of numbers in Islamic culture. Chapter 1. The numeric foundation of the Quran. Verse and chapter counts. Discussion on the Quran's composition, highlighting key surahs like Al-Baqarah and Al-Qalam. The Muqatta'at. An introduction to the mysterious letters at the beginning of some chapters, their frequency, and potential numeric significance. Chapter 2. Surah Al-Baqarah. A gateway to numeric harmony. Analysis of Surah 2. Detailed examination of the 286 verses, exploring how this number can be manipulated to reveal patterns. 286 inches as a perfect number reflection. How 286 can be broken down to reflect the numbers 6 and 28, the first two perfect numbers. Symbolic interpretations, speculative interpretations, linking these numbers to the perfection of the Quranic text. Chapter 3. Surah Al-Qalam and Beyond Surah. 68 in the numeric tapestry, integrating Surah Al-Qalam's chapter number into the analysis to see how it aligns with patterns from Surah Al-Baqarah. Additional patterns. Looking at other surahs for numeric patterns, drawing connections where possible. Chapter 4. The Muqatta'at, Numeric Mysteries. The 29 appearances, detailed analysis of the Muqatta'at's numeric implications, including the sum of 29 to 11, then 2, Wahyu, Revelation, and number 2, exploring the symbolic connection between the number 2 and the dual nature of Quranic revelation. Chapter 5. Perfect Numbers and Quranic Perfection, Mathematical. Perfection, a deeper dive into how perfect numbers might symbolize Quranic themes of unity, completeness, and divine perfection. Cultural and spiritual interpretations, how numeric patterns have been interpreted in Islamic culture, acknowledging the speculative nature of such analyses. Chapter 6. Implications for faith and scholarship. Interdisciplinary approach. The benefits of studying religious texts through mathematical lenses. Cautions and considerations. The importance of not letting numerology overshadow the primary message and guidance of the Quran. Conclusion. The Symphony of Numbers and Faith. Synthesis of findings. Summarizing how the numeric patterns explored might inspire a deeper appreciation for the Quran's composition. Future directions. Encouraging further study into numeric symbolism in religious texts, potentially bridging mathematics and theology. Appendices. Appendix A. Detailed tables of numeric patterns in the Quran. Appendix B. Mathematical explanations of perfect numbers and digital roots. Appendix C. Glossary of Islamic terms mentioned in the book. Bibliography. Comprehensive list of references from Islamic texts, mathematical sources, and scholarly works on numerology in religion. Acknowledgements. Thanks to those who inspired or contributed to the research and writing of this book. About the author. This book would serve as a unique exploration for those interested in the confluence of mathematics, spirituality, and the sacred text of Islam, providing a speculative but thought-provoking analysis of the Quran's numeric beauty. Preface. Preface in The Divine Symmetry, exploring the intersection of mathematics and delve into a realm that understands with sacred texts, offering a novel lens through which to view the world through the scriptures. The Quran, with its profound spiritual guidance, has traditionally been studied through the disciplines of theology, jurisprudence, and linguistics. However, this book invites you into an exploration of its less trodden paths, the numeric patterns that might whisper of a deeper divine harmony. This journey is not about proving a mathematical theorem or establishing a new school of Islamic thought. Rather, it's an invitation to marvel at how the Quran, in its very structure, might echo the principles of mathematical perfection. We will look at perfect numbers, the enigmatic Muqatta'at, and the numeric composition of key surahs like Al-Baqarah and Al-Qalam, pondering if there's a symphony of numbers that sings alongside the verses. I must acknowledge at the outset that this exploration is speculative and not rooted in traditional Islamic scholarship, which prioritizes the Quranic text's meaning and guidance over numerical analysis. Yet for those who find beauty in the confluence of science and spirituality, this book offers a unique meditation on the Quran's numeric elegance. My gratitude extends to the scholars, mathematicians, and believers whose works and conversations have inspired this book. I am particularly thankful to those who have encouraged a dialogue between seemingly disparate fields, reminding us that all knowledge ultimately seeks to illuminate the same divine truth. As you turn these pages, I invite you to consider not just the numbers, but what they might represent in the broader tapestry of faith and understanding. Whether you are a mathematician intrigued by the Quran, a Muslim seeking new dimensions in your spiritual journey, or simply curious about the interplay between numbers and revelation, I hope this book serves as a bridge to new insights. Introduction: The Quest for Perfection. The Quran, Islam's holy scripture, stands as a beacon of divine revelation, offering guidance, wisdom, and spiritual nourishment to billions. Its verses, or ayat, are not just words but signs from the Almighty, woven into the fabric of Muslim life and thought. Yet beyond the traditional exegesis and theological study, there lies another layer of exploration, one that intersects with the universal language of mathematics. This book ventures into that intersection, proposing that the Quran's numeric structure might reflect a mathematical perfection that resonates with the divine. The concept of perfect numbers. In mathematics, a number is considered perfect if the sum of its proper positive divisors equals the number itself. The first two perfect numbers, 6 and 28, have captured human imagination for centuries. In this context, we begin to see how these numbers might symbolically connect with the Quranic text, suggesting a harmony between the realms of number and revelation. The Quranic text. The Quran is structured into 114 surahs, chapters, each with its own unique number of verses. This structure, while primarily serving to convey divine messages, has also been subject to numeric analysis by scholars and laypeople alike. Numbers in Islam are not merely for counting. They hold symbolic and sometimes mystical significance, influencing everything from prayer times to architectural designs of mosques. A mathematical exploration. This book invites you on a journey to explore numeric patterns, how the counts of verses, the placement of surahs, and the mysterious letters, Muqatta'at, at the beginning of some chapters, might align with mathematical concepts like perfect numbers. Symbolic interpretations. The potential of these patterns to reflect themes of unity, completeness, and divine perfection, echoing the Quran's message of Tawheed, the oneness of God. Cultural and spiritual reflection. How such numeric explorations have historically been viewed within Islamic culture, and what they might mean for contemporary believers seeking to deepen their understanding of the Quran. Why this matters. The aim here is not to suggest that one must understand mathematics to grasp the Quran's spiritual depth. Instead, this exploration offers an additional lens through which to appreciate the Quran's composition. It invites us to consider how the divine might speak to us, not just through words, but through the universal language of numbers, encouraging a dialogue between faith, science, and art. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that this is speculative territory, not traditional Islamic scholarship. Yet it is a testament to the Quran's multifaceted nature that it can inspire such diverse inquiries. This book does not claim to unlock new meanings in the Quran, but rather to highlight the beauty of its structure, inviting reflection on the divine artistry that might encompass both the spiritual and the mathematical. With this in mind, let us delve into the numeric landscapes of the Quran, seeking not to alter its message, but to celebrate its perfection in yet another way. Chapter 1. The Numeric Foundation of the Quran. Verse and chapter counts. The Quran's structure is a marvel of composition, with its 114 surahs chapters, each containing a varying number of verses, ayat. This numeric architecture not only organizes the divine message, but also embeds within it a potential for numeric symbolism. Here's where we begin to see the Quran not just as a text, but as a canvas of numbers, 114 surahs. The choice of this number has intrigued scholars, with some seeing significance in its simplicity or its symmetry when divided by 2, 57 surahs revealed in Mecca and 57 in Medina. Total verses, with 6,236 verses, the Quran's length invites contemplation on what this number might represent or how it might align with other numeric patterns within the text. The Muqatta'at. One of the most enigmatic aspects of the Quranic text is the presence of Muqatta'at, or mysterious letters, at the beginning of 29 surahs. These letters, like Alif, Lam, Mim, Alam, or Alif, Lam, Ra, ALR, appear without an explicit explanation in the text itself, leading to centuries of speculation and study. 29 appearances. The number 29 has its own numeric journey. When broken down, 2 plus 9 equals 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2, it might suggest a connection to the dual nature of revelation, Meccan and Medinan. Symbolic interpretations. Some scholars and mystics have applied the Abjad numerology to these letters, finding hidden meanings or patterns that could be linked to the Quran's message or structure. Numeric patterns in the text. Beyond the count of surahs and verses, the Quran contains patterns that are both subtle and profound. Symmetrical patterns. Certain surahs or sections within them seem to balance each other numerically, creating a symmetry that some interpret as a sign of divine perfection. Repetition of words. Specific words repeat a certain number of times, like day appearing 365 times, which might be seen as more than mere coincidence by those inclined towards numerology. Cultural significance of numbers in Islam. In Islamic culture, numbers are not merely arithmetic but carry deeper meanings. 7, often seen in contexts like the 7 heavens, 7 days of the week, or the 7 rounds around the Kaaba during Hajj. 99, the number of names or attributes of Allah, reflecting the vastness and diversity of the divine. The foundation for analysis. This chapter lays the groundwork for our exploration by highlighting the numeric structure of the Quran. It's essential to approach this analysis with an understanding that while numbers can offer insight, they do not define the Quran's spiritual essence. Rather, they offer another dimension through which we can appreciate its divine composition. As we proceed, we'll delve into specific surahs, looking at how their numeric elements might reflect or echo the mathematical concept of perfection. This journey isn't about proving a mathematical theorem, but about contemplating how the Quran's structure might parallel the beauty and order found in 0-2 mathematics, inviting readers to find in numbers a reflection of the divine order and unity. Chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, a gateway to numeric harmony. Analysis of Surah 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, the second chapter of the Quran, is not only the longest with 286 verses, but also one of the most pivotal due to its comprehensive treatment of various Islamic teachings. Here we focus on its numeric aspects, 286 verses. This number, when analyzed through numerological lenses, opens up several paths for contemplation. 2286 if considered as 2286. Summing the digits 2 plus 2 plus 8 plus 6 gives us 18, which further reduces to 9, 1 plus 8. Aligning with some traditional numeric interpretations where 9 signifies completion or the end of a cycle. Another breakdown, 2 plus 28 plus 6 equals 36, = 6x6, directly ties back to the first perfect number, 6, and the second 28, suggesting a layer of mathematical perfection. 286 as a perfect number reflection. The numeric breakdown of 286 into 6 and 28 isn't just a mathematical curiosity, but might symbolize perfection and completeness. In Islamic theology, the concept of perfection is a reflection of divine attributes. The numbers 6 and 28, being perfect numbers, could metaphorically represent the Quran's completeness in message and guidance. Unity. The reduction of 286 to 6, 6x6, might also symbolize the unity of the divine message, echoing the oneness of God, Tawheed, a central theme in Islam. Symbolic interpretations. While traditional Islamic scholarship might not focus on numerology, we can explore some speculative symbolic interpretations. Divine order. The numeric patterns could be seen as an additional layer of the Quran's divine order, where even the arrangement of verses reflects a celestial harmony. Guidance. Just as perfect numbers are complete within themselves, the Quran's structure might be viewed as a perfect guide for life, where every aspect has its place and purpose. The numeric structure of Al-Baqarah verse. Placement. The strategic placement of verses within Surah Al-Baqarah, like the economic, social, and religious laws, could be seen in light of this numeric perfection, where each part contributes to the whole's harmony. Themes of unity and completion. The chapter's content, discussing everything from creation to law, from personal conduct to community life, might be seen as a microcosm of the Quran's message, further emphasized by its numeric symbolism. Cultural and spiritual interpretations. In Islamic culture, numbers often carry symbolic weight beyond their mathematical value. The significance of 2. Al-Baqarah is the second surah, And the number 2 in Islam might symbolize the duality of creation, revelation, Meccan and Medinan, or the two worlds, this life and the hereafter. Reflection and practice. Muslims might find in these patterns a reflection of how the Quran guides one towards balance, perfection, and unity in both belief and practice. Conclusion. This chapter has explored how Surah Al-Baqarah, through its numeric patterns, might offer a gateway to understanding the Quran's composition in terms of mathematical perfection. While these interpretations are speculative and not part of the core Islamic teachings, they encourage a broader appreciation for the Quran's depth, where even numbers can be seen as part of its divine artistry. This exploration invites us to ponder on how the Quran's structure might mirror the perfection we seek in our spiritual lives. Chapter 3, Surah Al-Qalam and Beyond, Surah 68 in the Numeric Tapestry. Surah Al-Qalam, or the Pen, is the 68th chapter of the Quran, known for its emphasis on the integrity of the Prophet Muhammad's mission and the power of divine revelation. Here we integrate its numeric aspects into our broader exploration. 68 verses. When combined with the numeric analysis from Surah Al-Baqarah, 286 verses, we see an interesting pattern, combining numbers. If we consider 2286 from Al-Baqarah and add the chapter number of Al-Qalam, 68, we get 2268 or 2286 viewed as 2286, which when broken down still leads us back to 6 and 28 to the sum of 36, 6x6. Additional patterns. Beyond Al-Qalam, we look at how other surahs might contribute to this numeric symphony. Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening. With 7 verses, it's often highlighted for its numeric significance, especially since it's recited multiple times daily in prayers. The number 7 in Islam is symbolic of perfection, completion, and divine order. Surah Al-Ikhlas, the purity. Only 4 verses, yet its numeric simplicity might be seen as a reflection of the oneness of God, a central Islamic tenet, where less is more in conveying profound truth. Numeric connections across the Quran, symmetrical patterns. Some chapters or sections within the Quran show numeric symmetry, where the number of verses in one part might mirror another, suggesting a deliberate design. Word repetition. Certain words or phrases occurring exact numbers of times across the Quran could be interpreted to align with natural or divine order, like day appearing 365 times. Symbolic interpretations. Exploring Surah Al-Qalam and others through this lens. The power of words. Al-Qalam, meaning the pen, underscores the power of the written word, and its numeric placement might symbolize the precision and perfection of divine revelation. Divine order. The numeric patterns could suggest that every aspect of the Quran, down to its numbers, is part of a larger, perfectly orchestrated divine plan. Cultural and spiritual reflection. The numeric aspects of these surahs invite deeper cultural and spiritual contemplation, educational and spiritual growth. The numeric structure might be seen as a metaphor for the Quran's role in guiding Muslims towards completeness and perfection in their spiritual journey. Meditation on unity. Just as numbers can be broken down or combined to form new meanings, so too can the Quran's teachings unify diverse aspects of life and faith. Conclusion. This chapter has broadened our exploration from focusing solely on Surah Al-Baqarah to include Surah Al-Qalam and other surahs, illustrating how numeric patterns might resonate across the Quran. These patterns do not alter the Quranic message, but add another layer of appreciation for its composition, suggesting that even in its structure, there's an echo of the divine perfection it speaks of. This journey through numbers connects us with the Quran's message in a way that is both ancient and timeless, inviting believers to see the unity in diversity, the perfection in complexity, and the divine in every detail. Chapter 4, the Muqatta'at, Numeric Mysteries. The 29 appearances. The Muqatta'at, or the mysterious letters that appear at the beginning of 29 surahs, pose one of the Quran's most enduring puzzles. These letters, like Alif, Lam, Mim, LM, or Taha, TH, have been subjects of speculation, interpretation, and numeric analysis for centuries. Numeric breakdown. The number 29, when broken down, 2 plus 9 equals 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2, might hint at the dual nature of revelation, or the two main phases of Muhammad's prophetic mission, Meccan and Medina. Wahyu, revelation, and number 2. the numeric significance of 2 in relation to the Muqatta'at can be explored. Dual revelations. This could symbolize the 2 types of revelation: Meccan, focusing on faith and the hereafter, and Medinan, dealing with law and community. Symbolism of 2. In Islamic numerology, 2 might represent the duality of existence, the balance between this world and the next, or even the dual aspects of human nature, spiritual versus material. Decoding the Muqatta'at scholars have approached the Muqatta'at in various ways. Abjad numerology. In this system, each letter of the Arabic alphabet has a numeric value. By summing these values, some have attempted to find hidden meanings or numeric codes within the Quran. Structural significance. Some propose that these letters might serve a structural purpose, perhaps indicating the themes, styles, or even the numeric patterns within the chapters they introduce. Examples of Muqatta'at analysis: Alif, Lam, Mim, Alam. Appears in 6 surahs, and when analyzed numerically, Alif equals sign 1, Lam equals sign 30, Mim equals sign 40. The sum, 71, might be seen to hold significance, perhaps related to the spiritual or numeric themes of these chapters. Yasin YS, found in 1 surah, where the numeric value, Ya equals sign 10, Sin equals sign 60, sums to 70, possibly symbolizing completeness or divine perfection. Cultural and spiritual interpretations. The Muqatta'at's numeric aspects inspire mystical reflections. Some Sufis and mystics see in these letters and their numbers a reflection of divine mysteries, encouraging contemplation on the unseen aspects of faith. A testament to uniqueness. The unique placement and repetition of these letters might be seen as a testament to the Quran's inimitable nature, where even its alphabetic composition is part of its miraculous sign. Speculative, but thought-provoking. While the true meaning of the Muqatta'at remains known only to God, their numeric analysis offers a speculative but thought-provoking addition to Quranic study. Invitation to contemplate. These mysterious letters invite believers to delve deeper into the Quran's layers, acknowledging that its comprehension is boundless. A mirror of divine wisdom. The numeric patterns could reflect the infinite wisdom of God, where even the simplest of letters can hold profound meanings. Conclusion. This chapter has ventured into the enigmatic world of the Muqatta'at, exploring how their numeric patterns might be interpreted to add to our understanding of the Quran's complexity and beauty. While these interpretations are not part of traditional Islamic exegesis, they offer a unique perspective on the Quran's multidimensional nature, encouraging believers to see the Quran not just as a text, but as a living, breathing entity of divine origin, where every element, including numbers, serves a purpose in guiding humanity. Chapter 5. Perfect numbers and Quranic perfection. Mathematical perfection. Perfect numbers, where a number equals the sum of its proper divisors, have fascinated mathematicians since antiquity. The Quran's numeric patterns, particularly those involving the numbers 6 and 28, invite a parallel contemplation, 6 and 28. As the first 2 perfect numbers, they are not just mathematical curiosities, but can be seen as symbols of divine completeness or perfection within the Quranic context. 6, symbolizing the days of creation in Islam or the 6 major articles of faith. 28, reflecting the lunar cycle, which has significant religious implications in Islam, like the timing of Ramadan. Quranic perfection through numbers. By examining how these numbers appear or can be derived from Quranic structure. Structural harmony. The numeric patterns, like those we've discussed from Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Qalam, might suggest that the Quran's composition itself is a form of divine perfection, where every part is in harmony with the whole. Unity and oneness. The reduction of various numbers to one or perfect numbers could be interpreted as a numeric representation of Tawhid, the oneness of God, where all multiplicity returns to the one. Cultural and spiritual interpretations. The intersection of numeric patterns and Quranic teachings can be viewed through spiritual reflection. Believers might find in these patterns a reflection of their spiritual journey towards perfection, where each act of worship or moral choice contributes to a state of harmony with the divine, educating listeners. The Quran is a perfect book, rightly seen to guide humanity towards perfection, ethics, and spirituality, with its numeric patterns reinforcing this message. Caution in interpretation. While exploring these numeric connections, speculative nature, it's important to acknowledge that these interpretations are speculative and do not override the primary purpose of the Quran. which is to guide humanity in life and faith. Balance with traditional study. Numeric analysis should not eclipse the traditional methods of Quranic study, which focus on understanding the text's meaning, legal implications, and spiritual guidance. Implications for modern scholarship interdisciplinary dialogue. This exploration invites a dialogue between mathematics, theology, and Islamic studies, potentially enriching each field by highlighting the Quran's multifaceted nature. A new appreciation. For those who appreciate mathematics, this approach can offer a new lens through which to view the Quran, enhancing personal engagement with the text. Conclusion. This chapter has considered how the concept of perfect numbers might be mirrored in the Quranic text, suggesting a deeper layer of divine harmony and perfection. While these interpretations are not central to Islamic scholarship, they offer a unique reflection on how the Quran, in its very structure, might embody the perfection and unity it teaches. This exploration encourages believers to contemplate the Quran's message in both its content and form, appreciating the divine artistry that extends even to the numeric realm. Chapter 6. Implications for Faith and Scholarship. Interdisciplinary approach. The exploration of numeric patterns in the Quran opens up several avenues for interdisciplinary study, mathematics and theology. This study can foster a greater dialogue between mathematicians and theologians, exploring how the language of numbers can illuminate religious texts, art, and spirituality. Just as Islamic art often incorporates geometric patterns, the numeric symmetry in the Quran might inspire new expressions of faith through art, where beauty and belief intersect. Cautions and considerations. While numeric analysis is intriguing, it's crucial to maintain balance. Primacy of textual meaning. The Quran's primary purpose is to guide humanity in faith, morality, and law. Numeric patterns should not overshadow this fundamental role. Avoiding misinterpretation. There's a risk that focusing too much on numbers could lead to misinterpretations or overemphasis on aspects not intended by the text itself. Impact on faith. Deepening faith. For some believers, understanding the numeric harmony of the Quran can deepen their appreciation for its divine origin and perfection. Personal reflection. Individuals might find personal spiritual growth or inspiration in contemplating the numeric aspects as metaphors for life's balance and divine order. Scholarly implications. New areas of research. This approach could lead to new academic inquiries into how religious texts are constructed, potentially expanding the field of textual analysis to include numeric studies. Cultural and historical context. Understanding how numeric symbolism has been perceived in Islamic history could offer insights into cultural interpretations of the Quran over time. Educational applications. Teaching the Quran. Numeric patterns might be used as an educational tool to engage students with the Quran in unique ways, especially those with an inclination towards mathematics or science. Interfaith dialogue. Highlighting the numeric beauty of the Quran could serve as a bridge in discussions between faiths, showcasing the universal aspects of sacred texts, the role of numerology in Islam, traditional verses, modern views. Historically, Islamic scholarship has been cautious with numerology, but modern interpretations might find value in these patterns as supplementary to traditional study. A tool for meditation. For some, these numeric explorations could serve as a form of meditation, reflecting on the Quran's many layers of meaning. Conclusion: the Symphony of Numbers and Faith synthesis of findings. Our exploration through the divine symmetry, exploring the intersection of mathematics and Quranic revelation, has taken us on a journey where numeric patterns in the Quran invite contemplation on themes of perfection, unity, and divine artistry. From the structure of Surah Al-Baqarah to the mystery of the Muqatta'at, we've seen how numbers might echo the Quran's message of harmony and completeness. Numeric patterns as reflections. The alignment of certain numbers with perfect numbers, like 6 and 28, offers a metaphor for the Quran's completeness and the unity of its message. Symbolic interpretations. While speculative, these numeric analyses provide believers with additional layers of spiritual reflection, seeing in numbers a reflection of divine order. Future directions. This book opens up several avenues for further study. Broader numeric analysis. Extending this approach to other religious texts, or even to different aspects of Islamic culture, like architecture or art, where numeric patterns are prevalent. Integration with traditional scholarship. Exploring how numeric insights can coexist with or enhance traditional Quranic exegesis, potentially leading to a richer understanding of the text. the balance of faith and inquiry faith beyond numbers. It's crucial to remember that the Quran's power lies not in its numeric patterns, but in its guidance, wisdom, and the transformative impact on the believer's life. Inquiry as worship. Engaging with the Quran in this way can be seen as an act of worship. Where seeking knowledge about the divine creation, including its numeric beauty, is part of one's spiritual journey. A call to contemplation. This book has been an invitation to reflect on unity, to see in the Quran's numeric harmony a reflection of the oneness of God, where all divisions and multiplicities find their source in the one. Appreciate divine artistry, to marvel at how the divine message might be conveyed not just through words, but through the silent eloquence of numbers. Closing thoughts. While we have journeyed through numbers, let's not forget the essential message of the Quran: guidance, mercy, and a path to righteousness. The numeric exploration is but one way to engage with this sacred text, offering a glimpse into the infinite layers of meaning that the Quran holds. May this exploration inspire further curiosity, deepen faith, and remind us of the beautiful complexity of divine revelation. In closing, may this book serve as a bridge between the rational and the spiritual, encouraging all who read it to find in numbers not just arithmetic, but a reflection of the divine order, beauty, and perfection that the Quran embodies. This concludes our exploration, inviting readers to continue their journey of discovery, where every number, like every verse, can be a step closer to understanding the divine. Epilogue: the endless echo of divine numbers. As we close this book, we stand at the threshold of an endless journey, one that does not end with the final page but continues in the hearts and minds of those who seek to understand the Quran's depth. The numeric patterns we've explored are not merely curiosities but echoes of a divine melody, a symphony composed by the Creator, resonating through the ages. A journey beyond the text. Personal reflection. May this book inspire you to look beyond the surface of numbers, finding in them reflections of your spiritual journey, where every act of faith, every moment of worship, aligns with the divine perfection we've contemplated. Community of inquiry. This exploration is an invitation to join a broader community, one that values the integration of faith with the sciences, where mathematicians, theologians, and mystics alike can find common ground in the beauty of the Quran. The legacy of numbers. Cultural impact. Just as Islamic art uses geometry to reflect divine harmony, may the numeric patterns of the Quran continue to inspire art, architecture, and science, showcasing the seamless integration of the spiritual with the intellectual. Educational endeavor. Let this book serve as a catalyst for educational programs that celebrate the Quran's multifaceted nature, encouraging students to see the unity and diversity, the order and complexity, through the lens of numbers. A universal message interfaith. Dialogue. The numeric beauty of the Quran, like its message of peace and unity, can be a universal language, inviting dialogue and understanding across different faiths and cultures, where numbers become a bridge rather than a barrier. The unfinished symphony. Ongoing discovery. The study of numeric patterns in the Quran is but one note in an unfinished symphony. There is always more to learn, more to understand, and more ways to connect with the divine through this sacred text. Invitation to contemplate. As you move forward, let each number be a reminder of the Quran's invitation to contemplation, to seek knowledge, and to strive for perfection in our lives, echoing the perfection we find in its verses. Final words. In this epilogue, we acknowledge that our journey through numbers is not an end, but a beginning, a perpetual invitation to delve deeper into the Quran, to find in its numeric patterns a reflection of the divine beauty that surrounds us. May this book be a companion in your spiritual quest, reminding you that in the heart of every number lies a story of creation, guidance, and the eternal dance of unity with the divine. Thank you for walking this path with me, where numbers have not just counted, but have told a story of faith, beauty, and the endless pursuit of understanding the Word of God. The phrase Quran, perfect equal sign 28/6 perfect number, seems to be referencing both the Quran and the concept of perfect numbers in mathematics, although the connection is not immediately clear. Let's break this down. Quran and the number 28. In Islamic numerology, or abjad, numbers can have symbolic meanings. The number 28 is significant because there are 28 chapters in the Quran that start with one or more of the 14 distinct letters known as Muqatta'at, or the mysterious letters. The lunar month in the Islamic calendar generally has 28 days. Perfect numbers. A perfect number is a positive integer that is equal to the sum of its proper positive divisors, excluding itself. 6 is a perfect number because its divisors, 1, 2, 3, sum up to 6. 28 is also a perfect number because its divisors, 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, sum up to 28. Given this context, your statement might be intended to highlight the significance of the number 28 in both religious, Quran, and mathematical contexts, perfect numbers. 6 and 28 are the first two perfect numbers known since ancient times, which might be what you're referring to with perfect equal sign 28-6 perfect number. However, if you're asking for a connection or deeper interpretation between the Quran and these numbers, there's no direct scholarly accepted connection in Islamic theology between the Quran and perfect numbers. However, the symmetry and patterns in the Quran have been noted and studied for centuries, which might resonate with the concept of perfection in mathematics. The concept you're discussing involves the digital root of perfect numbers. Here's how it works. Digital root. The digital root of a number is found by summing the digits of the number until you get a single-digit number. For example, the digital root of 28 is 2 plus 8 equals 10, then 1 plus 0 equals 1. Perfect numbers. As mentioned before, a perfect number is a number that is equal to the sum of its proper divisors. Let's examine the perfect numbers to see how their digital roots behave. 6, the first perfect number. Divisors, 1, 2, 3 digital root, 6, 6, since 6 is already a single digit. 28, the second perfect number. Divisors, 1, 2, 4, 7, 14. Digital root, 2 plus 8 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1,496. The third perfect number. Divisors, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 31, 62, 124, 248. Digital root, 4 plus 9 plus 6 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 18,128. The fourth perfect number. Divisors, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 127, 254, 508, 1016, 2032, 4064. Digital root, 8 plus 1 plus 2 plus 8 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. From this we can see that the digital root of all perfect numbers except for 6 equals 1. This is an interesting pattern, but not a formal mathematical property that defines perfect numbers. Your statement, Dr. equal sign, digital root, perfect number equal sign 1, except 6 inches is generally correct based on known perfect numbers. However, this observation doesn't extend to hypothetical perfect numbers beyond those currently known, as no general proof exists to state that all perfect numbers, except 6, will have a digital root of 1. This might simply be a pattern observed among the first few perfect numbers discovered. Your statement seems to blend the concept of digital roots in mathematics with specific references to the Quran, particularly Surah Al-Baqarah, the cow, chapter 2, verse 196. Let's unpack this. Digital root, DR, of perfect numbers. As previously discussed, the digital root of most known perfect numbers equals 1, with the exception of 6. The digital root process involves summing the digits of a number until you get a single digit. For example, for 28, a perfect number, you get 2 plus 8 equals 10. Then 1 plus 0 equals 1. 10 equals 1 plus 0. Here, you're breaking down 10 into its digits to show how it leads back to 1, which is consistent with the digital root calculation. Asratun kamalatun. This phrase in Arabic means perfect numbers. It's not a direct quote from the Quran, but rather an Arabic term to describe the mathematical concept. Surah 2, Ayat 196. This verse from the Quran does not directly discuss mathematics or perfect numbers. Instead, it's part of the instructions given for Hajj, pilgrimage, and complete the Hajj and Umrah for Allah. But if you are prevented, then offer what can be obtained with ease of sacrificial animals. And do not shave your heads until the sacrificial animal has reached its place of slaughter. And whoever among you is ill or has an ailment of the head making shaving necessary must offer a ransom of fasting, 3 days or charity or sacrifice. And when you are secure, then whoever performs Umrah during the Hajj months, followed by Hajj, offers what can be obtained with ease of sacrificial animals. And whoever cannot find or afford such an animal, then a fast of 3 days during Hajj, and of 7 when you have returned home. Those are 10 complete days. This is for those whose family is not in the area of Al-Masjid al-Haram and fear Allah and know that Allah is severe in penalty. Quran 2, 196. The connection you're making between the digital root of perfect numbers and this verse appears to be symbolic or metaphorical, perhaps suggesting a form of completion or perfection in religious practice, mirroring the mathematical concept of perfection. However, this is not an interpretation directly supported by traditional Islamic exegesis of the verse. It seems you're drawing a parallel between the completion of religious duties, Hajj, as described in the verse, and the concept of mathematical perfection, where the number 1 represents unity or completeness in both contexts. This is an interesting personal interpretation but should be viewed as symbolic rather than a direct textual connection. The intersection of mathematics and Islamic spirituality, a study on perfect numbers and Quranic symmetry. The Quran, Islam's holy book, has been the subject of numerous studies exploring its numeric patterns, which some believe reflect deeper meanings, symmetries, or even divine design. Here are some key aspects and examples of numeric patterns in the Quran. Number of chapters and verses 114. Surahs, chapters. The Quran is divided into 114 chapters, which itself might be seen as significant by some scholars due to its symmetry or simplicity. Total verses. There are 6,236 verses, ayat, in the Quran, although this number can vary slightly depending on whether certain phrases are counted as separate verses. Structure of Surahs al-Fatiha, the opening. The first chapter consists of 7 verses, often highlighted for its numerological significance, especially since it's recited multiple times daily during prayers. Surah Al-Baqarah. As the longest chapter with 286 verses, it's often cited in numeric studies. The example you mentioned, 2286 equals sign 2 plus 28 plus 6 equals 36 equals sign 6x6, is one way scholars might interpret its structure. The Muqatta'at, mysterious letters. Several surahs begin with sequences of Arabic letters whose meanings are not explicitly explained in the Quranic text. These letters are Alif, Lam, Mim, Alam, appear 6 times, Alif, Lam, Ra, ALR, 5 times, Ta, Sin, Mim, TSM, 2 times, etc. Scholars have speculated on their significance, including numeric interpretations where each letter is assigned a numeric value from the Abjad system. Abjad numerology. In the Abjad system, each Arabic letter has a numeric value, allowing for the calculation of the numeric value of words or phrases. This has led to various interpretations where the numeric value might reveal patterns or connections between different parts of the Quran. Repetition of words. Certain words or phrases are repeated a specific number of times, which some scholars find significant. Day, yom, appears 365 times. Month, Shar, appears 12 times. Sea, Bar, and land, Yabisa, together appear 70 plus 30 times, which some interpret as a reference to the Earth's composition. Symmetrical patterns. Some have pointed out patterns where the structure of the Quran can be seen as symmetrical when considering topics, themes, or even the physical layout when written in the traditional Arabic script, gematria and cryptography. Some scholars delve into the gematria of the Quran, where they look for hidden meanings or codes within the text based on numeric values, though this is more speculative and not universally accepted in Islamic scholarship. Critical notes. While numeric patterns can be fascinating, interpretations should be approached with caution as they range from scholarly to speculative. Traditional Islamic scholarship emphasizes the meaning and guidance of the text over numerical analysis. The vast majority of Islamic scholars would argue that the primary focus should be on the message, teachings, and guidance of the Quran rather than numerology. These patterns invite further study, but should be considered alongside the Quranic emphasis on the clarity and accessibility of its message to all levels of readers, regardless of their numerological insight. The Quran stands as a testament to divine revelation, its eloquence and wisdom captivating hearts and minds for centuries. Beyond its linguistic beauty lies a realm of intricate patterns and numerical harmony, revealing a deeper layer of wonder. This essay delves into the fascinating intersection of mathematics and the Quran, exploring the numeric intricacies woven into its very fabric. From the precise arrangement of surahs and verses to the repetition of specific words and phrases, the Quran exhibits a meticulous structure that defies chance. This intricate design points towards a divine hand, carefully crafting every detail with profound purpose. By examining these numerical patterns, we gain a glimpse into the meticulous nature of divine revelation and the profound depths of the Quranic text. Throughout history, scholars and theologians have marveled at the Quran's mathematical marvels. These numerical patterns, far from being mere coincidences, reveal a deeper significance, inviting us to ponder their symbolic implications. They serve as a testament to the divine origin of the Quran, reinforcing its authenticity and strengthening the faith of believers. Mathematics, often called the universal language, transcends cultural boundaries and provides a framework for understanding the world around us. It is the language of order, precision, and logic, employed by scientists, engineers, and architects to build and create. Similarly, the Quran, revealed by the divine architect, employs mathematical principles to convey its timeless message. By exploring the Quran's numerical patterns, we embark on a journey of discovery, uncovering hidden layers of meaning within its verses. These patterns act as signposts, guiding us towards a deeper appreciation of the Quran's message and its divine source. They highlight the meticulous care and precision with which the Quran was revealed and preserved. The Quran's mathematical structure is not meant to be a cryptic code, but rather a subtle invitation to ponder its deeper truths. Just as a perfectly crafted symphony evokes emotions and stirs the soul, the Quran's numerical harmony resonates within us, inspiring awe and wonder. The concept of perfect numbers has fascinated mathematicians for centuries. A perfect number is a positive integer that equals the sum of its proper divisors, the divisors excluding the number itself. For instance, the number 6 is considered perfect because its proper divisors, 1, 2, and 3, add up to 6. In the Quran, the number 6 holds special significance, often associated with creation and completeness. The 6 days of creation, as described in the Quran, resonate with the mathematical perfection of the number 6. This connection between a mathematical concept and a fundamental Islamic belief hints at the interconnectedness of the universe and the divine order that governs it. The Quran's use of perfect numbers extends beyond their mathematical definition. These numbers become symbolic representations of divine attributes, reflecting the perfection, balance, and completeness inherent in God's creation. Surah Al-Baqarah, the longest chapter in the Quran, exemplifies the intricate numeric patterns woven throughout the holy text. With 286 verses, this surah explores a wide range of topics, from laws and regulations to stories of the prophets. However, beneath the surface lies a fascinating numerical structure that amplifies its message. The number 286 itself holds significance. It is a harshad number, divisible by the sum of its digits. 2 plus 8 plus 6 equals 16, and 286 is divisible by 16. This mathematical property further emphasizes the precision and intentionality behind the Quran's composition. Within Surah Al-Baqarah, certain themes and keywords are repeated in numerically significant ways. For example, the word shaitan, Satan, appears 11 times, while the word Rahman, most merciful, one of God's most important attributes, appears 26 times. These repetitions serve to emphasize key concepts and highlight the spiritual battle between good and evil that is central to the human experience. Section 5. The Enigma of the Muqatta'at letters. The Quran contains 29 surahs that begin with mysterious combinations of letters known as Muqatta'at. These letters, such as Alif Lam Mim or Yasin, have puzzled scholars for centuries. While their exact meaning remains a subject of debate, their presence points to a deeper significance beyond their literal interpretation. Some scholars believe these letters represent numerical values, forming a complex code that unlocks hidden meanings within the Quran. Others view them as abbreviations for divine attributes or as symbolic representations of profound spiritual concepts. Regardless of their exact interpretation, the Muqatta'at letters serve as a reminder of the Quran's multi-layered nature. The fact that these letters appear at the beginning of specific surahs suggests that they hold a key to understanding the themes and messages contained within those chapters. Their enigmatic nature encourages contemplation and reflection, inviting readers to engage with the Quran on a deeper level. Section 6, Surah Al-Qalam, written with a divine pen. Surah Al-Qalam, named after the Arabic word for pen, emphasizes the power of writing and revelation. This surah begins with the Muqatta'at letters Nun and Qalam, immediately drawing attention to the divine nature of the Quranic revelation. The number 68, the total number of verses in this surah, is also significant. It is a multiple of 17, a number that frequently appears in the Quran in relation to divine revelation and judgment. This numerical connection reinforces the surah's message about the importance of God's word and the consequences of rejecting it. Surah Al-Qalam's emphasis on the pen as a tool for knowledge and revelation reminds us of the transformative power of language. The Quran, revealed through the divine pen, continues to inspire and guide humanity, offering timeless wisdom and guidance. Section 7. Reflections on Numerical Symmetry, a testament to divine authorship. The Quran's intricate numerical patterns, far from being mere coincidence, serve as a testament to its divine origin. These patterns demonstrate a level of meticulous planning and design that transcends human capability, pointing towards a divine author who meticulously crafted every aspect of this holy book. The Quran itself challenges those who doubt its divine origin to produce even a single chapter like it. The complexity and intricacy of its numerical patterns, interwoven seamlessly with its profound message, serve as a powerful response to this challenge. These patterns stand as a testament to the Quran's inimitability, a quality that has captivated and inspired believers for centuries. The study of these patterns is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is an act of worship, deepening our appreciation for the Quran's beauty and reinforcing our faith in its divine source. Section 8. Beyond Numbers, the Quran's enduring message. While the Quran's numerical patterns offer a fascinating glimpse into its divine structure, it is important to remember that these patterns are a means to an end, not the end itself. The true message of the Quran lies in its guidance for humanity, its call to righteousness, and its promise of a fulfilling life in this world and the hereafter. The Quran's teachings on compassion, justice, and social responsibility remain as relevant today as they were centuries ago. Its message transcends time and culture, offering a path to peace, both within ourselves and in the world around us. By studying the Quran, reflecting on its verses, and implementing its teachings in our lives, we unlock its true transformative power. The numerical patterns serve as a reminder of the divine hand behind this revelation, strengthening our connection to the Creator and inspiring us to live a more meaningful and purpose-driven life. Section 9. Conclusion. An invitation to explore and discover. The intersection of mathematics and the Quranic revelation offers a captivating glimpse into the divine tapestry of the universe. The Quran's numerical patterns, far from being mere coincidence, point towards a deeper order and purpose, inviting us to ponder the intricate ways in which God communicates with humanity. This essay has only scratched the surface of this fascinating subject. As we delve deeper into the Quran's mathematical marvels, we uncover new layers of meaning and appreciate the profound wisdom embedded within its verses. The journey of exploring these patterns is a continuous one, offering endless opportunities for discovery and spiritual growth. Let us approach the Quran with open hearts and inquisitive minds, seeking to understand its message and appreciate the beauty of its divine design. As we embark on this journey of discovery, we will undoubtedly find ourselves drawn closer to the Creator and inspired to live a life of purpose and meaning.